In a studio that's in a basement comes the epic story of how two friends changed the future of the movie podcast game forever. The reviews are in. Boys Life magazine gives the High Sci podcast 4.5 acorns. The Daily Bugle says, these guys are super legit. And Pope Francis declares the podcast as life-affirming. From the kid who tried to get smart with David Spade and got fucking old.
You're still out. You're still bad.
And the guy who can name all four Baldwin brothers.
Alec, William, Daniel, and the baby boy, Stephen.
Live from the studio of his parents' basement. The Have You Seen It podcast.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Well, there she is.
There we are.
Always good to hear that Chuck Fresh voice.
It's always good. It's soothing to the soul.
Oh,
Is it not?
it always calms me down. If I'm ever nervous before an episode, I hear that and it just
Just take a deep breath.
levels me.
Listen to some Chucky Fresh, and everything
Well,
just goes away. All
Charles
those nerves
Fresh,
just
yeah.
dissipate.
I was feeling stale when I walked in here, but I'm feeling pretty fresh
Feeling
now.
good now.
Oh, you're always gonna feel refreshed when old Chuck's on the mic. But
I think that's his tagline too. Feeling fresh.
yeah,
Subway.
yeah.
Oh, there we
I don't think he can legally
no,
take.
you can't take that. No.
Oh, okay. All right.
He's been in some legal trouble, I'm
Yeah,
sure,
that's-
just
I'm
for
sure.
having
I
the
think
name
that's
Chuck
why
Fresh.
he's
Yeah.
currently on Fiverr. Because
He's got to pay those legal battles,
He
but
does.
we all got him. We all got him, but we're not here to talk about Chuck Fresh's legal battles. We're here to talk about
alleged.
But we're here to talk about some superhero battles. We're talking boys.
Yes, we are.
The boys, to be more
The
specific. We're not just talking
Not
boys.
just talking about boys.
That's
That'd be really
that's
weird.
a different
Yeah.
podcast. Yeah.
Thy boys.
Yeah. But yeah, and we're joined with special guest Devin. I will introduce you this time.
There
and,
we go.
Our only guest to come back twice.
That's how you
Oh,
he's
yeah.
special.
That's right.
Every other guest we have has just mysteriously disappeared.
Yeah, they're no longer
Allegedly.
with us.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly, yeah.
Alleg-
We
yeah.
don't know where they go after they leave here, but
The backyard. Allegedly.
it's
I know.
definitely not home because they are gone.
They're gone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they
No
have
one has heard from them since.
strange
a little
disappearance.
alarming.
Same series of disappearance. Yeah.
I'm actually shocked they haven't tied us to any of that.
No,
We're
well, we always have an alibi.
That's
we're
true,
always
'cause
here
we're
on
always here.
camera.
Yeah, we're always on camera.
Might not want to
So legally, they cannot. Yeah, we're probably gonna have to edit this one down a little
Yeah,
bit
definitely.
because it is an ongoing
It
investigation.
is. We got to be quiet here. This is actually a problem. It's very problematic to have a podcast.
Oh, absolutely.
Start talking about things.
But it's our job to keep going. No matter
Yes.
what's happening in our lives, we got to keep talking television, keep talking movies. But we're here for episode 5, titled "Good for the Soul."
Do you guys think this episode is good for the soul?
You know, from experience, I don't really have a soul, so
Okay.
But if you
it's
did,
good. It's good for my
heart?
entertainment.
Okay.
The heart, mate. Yeah.
The heart?
The heart. Liver.
Okay.
I don't.
Yeah.
Organs?
Organs in
yeah,
general.
it's
Yeah,
good
that
for your
works.
organs. Yeah, I'd
that's
say so.
fine.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I think this episode kind of is. It kind of has some redemption for some characters. At least Starlight. This is a good episode for Starlight.
Yeah.
She tells it how it is. But I think as far as that is kind of good for the soul.
Because it
So
starts out that way. 'Cause
Yeah.
she's at that
oh yeah,
Christian
the
convention
expo,
or whatever.
the Believe Expo.
Conversion camp.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's one of these like giant, I don't know, like Christian
Cults.
kind of like a gathering where like the pastors are like multi-millionaires.
Right.
It's like and we get
we get that
we get
too,
Ezekiel, the Mr. Fantastic character. He's basically like if Joel Osteen, the guy from
Had
was
superpowers,
stretchy.
exactly.
Like,
Yeah, that
this
would be who
this
he
guy.
is.
Yeah. But but Ezekiel, because that's the stretchy guy's name is Ezekiel. But we were introduced to him in the first episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's at the soup
He's
like
at the
sex
party.
club.
Yeah, and
when
he's like going around.
he's getting stretchy with all
around the
kinds of
guys. Yeah.
So
Which you had a feeling somehow, some way that was going to come into
oh
play.
for sure, yeah.
There was a lot of foreshadowing.
But it's ironic because Ezekiel, he's like a pastor.
He's a
or whatever.
pastor, and
That's
he's super
how he makes his
religious.
money.
Yeah.
Is he?
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Yeah, it's very ironic. But But yeah, Ezekiel's double shitty because now he's Cash and he's a shitty superhero and he's also a shitty
Person,
religious leader
in general. Yeah.
But yeah, in the Belief Expo, and Starlight has to talk at the Belief Expo. But Butcher and them get their next, I guess, hint of the Compound V trail that that Ezekiel has some kind of he knows something about Compound V, right? So they got to get in there, and they use Huey to take advantage of Starlight to get a ticket to meet Ezekiel.
Yep. She's been taken advantage of one too many times.
Yeah, she has
yeah.
over and over again.
And watching it was all gonna mount up eventually. Every time there's something that eventually she's gonna find out. And
well, in the earlier before Huey got the ticket, they had that really good moment in that restaurant where it was like ringing in his ears while she was talking, and then he ended up leaning in for the kiss anyway and going for it. So it's. This relationship keeps building and building.
Yeah, it's real, but fucking Butcher doesn't care.
No.
He's not in it for the relationships.
Butcher's probably the biggest cockblock.
Oh, for sure. Well, Butcher, I mean, he doesn't give a fuck that Huey and Starlight are in an actual relationship. He just wants... He's insane. I mean, he's completely obsessed with getting revenge on Homelander. And he's willing to do anything or to ruin anyone for it. Because I mean, we see in this one, but he completely takes advantage of Huey to pretend. But eventually Huey, he does get in, and it's like some super rich backstage event.
Yeah, it's like the elite of the elite.
Yeah.
The more money you have, the more power you have. Yeah.
Because Ezekiel's doing he's baptizing people, so you get in the water with the stretchy guy. Yeah. And Huey ends up doing that. He ends up getting in there, and he ends up getting his phone wet.
Yeah, and we gotta talk about Homelander being ordained, so he was able to baptize too.
Oh, I forgot.
Yeah, and this is the Huey Homelander scene.
Yeah, and it's pretty
very
tense. It's very tense, yeah.
Because Homelander knows that this guy's hanging out with Starlight.
Yeah.
And that he got a ticket to see Ezekiel too. So
Homelander could easily just have fucking drowned him.
Yeah.
And he does hold him down a little too long.
I thought he was gonna drown him. Man.
That is the scariest thing. With
getting
getting baptized.
Stern, friendly back pat at the end there too.
Yeah. You're really putting your hands into the bastard when you're getting baptized,
Yeah,
you get one bad day of a bastard. He's just going to hold you down there a little too long. They can snap. They're just like regular people.
They are. They're people in robes.
You never know. Yeah, it's a dangerous job.
It is. Very dangerous.
But, so he gets baptized, and eventually he gets left alone with Ezekiel. Huey does. Because he's going to try to blackmail Ezekiel. Because he's got the evidence on his phone that Ezekiel was in, like, the sex club, right?
Yeah. Which is so funny, too, because he tries to pull out his phone, and it's dead. And he's like, you going to show me something?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, fuck.
And then he's just got to describe it to him.
But he played the character. He was like, no, I was the guy that you were sucking dick with.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. Yeah, he did
because
that.
He had to go to that. Because he couldn't just say he had blackmail. He had no proof. So he had to say,
yeah, because Ezekiel was like, you're fucking lying. I'm out of here. Like, I'm not sticking around. Because Huey, I mean, he's the worst goddamn agent or spy, whatever you want to call him. He fucked up going and putting the listening device. He dropped in the bathroom, fucked that thing up, and now he's fucking this up. You can't rely on this guy.
Anxious guy, always fidgety.
Yeah.
But he's a good character.
Nervousness is going to get you killed out here.
It will.
Out here in the streets. But, yeah, he ends up fucking up. The phone's ruined, so he just has to describe the evidence to him. It ends up working, I guess. Because Ezekiel ends up like telling him about Compound V and stuff, doesn't he?
He's not happy about it.
No, Ezekiel's not happy about it.
No, he's choking Huey.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
He did.
He does the stretch choke. Man, another weird superpower to have. But I mean, how powerful is he? Does he just stretch?
I feel
like he could do a lot of
Mr.
stuff.
Fantastic.
He had to take up a second gig because this power
wasn't paying the mortgage, man. He had to find a better scheme.
Yeah, you fall back to religion. There's money in it. People know.
If you run a cult,
talk to L. Ron.
Yeah.
He knows.
L. Ron Hubbard knows. If anyone knows, it's Scientology.
That guy made it.
Those people know. Say what you will, but they know how to make money.
Oh,
he needs donations.
You could say that's all they know how to do. But yeah, so Ezekiel, he's not happy, but he does end up telling Huey what he ends up wanting to know, right, about Compound V. Right. And This is the episode that we get with Popclaw and A-Train, where A-Train finds out that Popclaw told the boys, and then Popclaw eventually A-Train kills her. Right? He's ends up sticking like 80 needles into her, which who's gonna believe that was an accident? What kind of heroin addict
Just sticks in 4 needles.
I think they
of
just
vein.
use
Yeah.
the same needle. You're not just going needle after needle.
I mean,
Well, he injected her. He
Popclaw-
probably didn't leave all the needles in. He probably just took them out.
Oh, you think so? Because it doesn't show me. He just leaves.
very-
But it's a
Yeah.
lot of needles. It's
It
a
is.
brutal way to go.
It's a very believable accident, Popclaw, Jeffrey Epstein. It's very, very.
Oh
believable.
yeah, it's
Bro, that stuff is wild.
it's wrapped.
That
in
is
consp-
wild. It is a little crazy. I
It's
mean,
wrapped in
it could
conspiracy.
have just been a suicide, but man,
Allegedly.
yeah, there's a lot behind that. It's just the pieces don't add up. The highest profile guy in the
No.
world, and you're not guarding him. Come on, what's going on here?
We got to talk about that another time. We cannot possibly dive
Into that during
Jeffrey
The
Epstein
Boys.
conspircy.
Yeah.
We'll be here 8.5
It's
hours.
a rabbit hole.
Yeah, we'll
It
be here
is.
for
It is a
3
rabbit hole.
months. Yeah, we can't even get into it. We don't have the time. We don't have the memory card for it. But yeah. So eventually, it's pretty brutal because he does kill Popclaw, and he kind of loved her, right?
Yeah, he did,
What?
but she fucked up. She told,
She did.
and he loves that compound B more than he loves her.
Oh, he's addicted to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's an addict.
He is an addict,
Yeah.
and his brother's not a big fan of it. But yeah, and he ends up killing her. It's pretty brutal, but I guess that's what happens. And A-Train, he also finds surveillance footage of Frenchie, and then that's how they know Frenchie's face, and that's how because eventually Black Noir tries to hunt Frenchie down.
Yeah. Frenchie gets burned.
Are we sure Popclaw gets killed in this episode? Is it 5?
It says right here after A-Train kills Popclaw for
Oh, that's
portraying
right.
him.
Yeah, it is 5.
Yeah, don't doubt the notes. But yeah, oh yeah, she dies for sure.
She's gone.
She lasted entirely too long in this series.
Yeah, she did.
I mean, I was very surprised.
After that brutal face squat. God,
Oh.
that's you want to talk about some legs.
Oh yeah,
Very
Some
impressive.
strong legs.
Those are strong legs.
but again, what a way to go! I mean, if
Yeah,
you're gonna
you
go,
you gotta go that way.
do something. Go out the.
You gotta do what you love.
Go out doing what you love, with your boots on. You
Yep.
gotta.
Just going to work.
He just wanted his rent, man.
He did. He did.
Yeah, he got paid.
He really got the short end of
Yeah,
that stick.
we got something a lot better, and that's it's a story to tell. But yeah, she was on her way out. She was a little crazy, she was kind of loose cannon, and Vought would have ended up Vought killed her, but they were gonna get rid of her, and eventually, even if A-Train didn't do it, but making A-Train do it's pretty brutal. But
I thought for sure it was gonna be Homelander.
oh yeah,
I thought for sure.
he
it was gonna be
loves
Homelander.
killing people. You kidding me?
It's a hobby for him.
Oh yeah, but does Homelander talk to Ezekiel after Ezekiel gets extorted?
I don't believe he does.
I can't remember either, but Homelander in this episode he ends up giving a speech to the crowd again.
Very convincing.
Very convincing. Gets the crowd fired up, man.
Yeah, he's good
They
at what he does.
love it. They a big fan. Oh, and we got to talk about Starlight gives a speech also. And she
Oh.
basically
Oh, that's
tells all
right.
the
Yeah,
kids,
she goes,
like,
I'm
fuck
not gonna do
Jesus.
this.
Yeah. Yeah, because in this episode, she's kind of like fighting with her faith and everything, which is understandable. She's been sexually assaulted.
Also, her
And
her
she's
mother.
been lied to her whole life.
Yeah.
And her mom comes in this
her
episode,
her
too,
mother.
yeah.
She has a complicated relationship with her mother because her mother just keeps pushing her to do stuff she doesn't really want to do.
Oh, yeah.
And she didn't care when her mother told her that she doesn't want to do the speech, and she's like, "Well, this is for me, not for you." I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh, damn."
Oh, yeah. We get
Man.
what we've been talking about was that her mother's just purely living through Starlight, and she doesn't care. Yeah, because her Starlight tells her mom that she's like, I'm having a problem with this. Her mom was just like, fucking do it. We gotta cash that check, baby. And but she ends up going up there and giving she ends up going up there and giving a completely different speech and pretty much telling all. And I don't think the people running the Belief Expo were pretty happy about it. Well,
No,
Vought
they
was
were pretty
pissed off
pissed.
about it. Yeah.
Well, I was
It's not a good
pissed,
look. You want to get all different types of people.
Oh,
try
yeah.
to sell things.
The Deep has some issues.
And Starlight talks about that she was sexually assaulted to the crowd.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, which is
Strong woman.
yeah, which is very strong to do, of course. But Vought is not happy about it because, of course, it doesn't make Vought look good. And now the Deep is fucked because I mean they.
Well, yeah, because he was outed basically, or will be outed. I
Yeah, well,
guess.
didn't she say it was someone on the team
On
or
the
something?
team,
So I'm
yeah.
like, someone's obviously got to take the dive, and it's sure as fuck not gonna be Homelander.
He did take the dive, yeah. Into
He
the
did,
deep-
yeah, because
the
he had to
deep-
do the
yeah.
apology video.
Well, it wasn't really
right
a dive.
afterwards.
He just admitted he did.
Yeah,
it.
yeah, exactly.
It wasn't like he was taking one for the team. He actually did it. But yeah, she ends up outing him, and she ends up giving a real good speech. And Huey is like inspired by it because in this episode, Huey finally admits that Robin was killed by A-Train.
A-Train.
Yeah, which is pretty heavy for Starlight. To
Oh
hear.
yeah, definitely.
But yeah, and she tells Starlight, but this like makes them grow closer together,
Yeah,
right?
he moved on quick, yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
Wow.
I mean, Robin is great. Let's
Yeah,
be
but I
honest,
mean,
we all love Robin.
I mean, Starlight.
Starlight?
Yeah, it's
Superhuman.
Star- yeah.
I mean, she's
You gotta go. I mean,
superhuman.
Those glowing eyes, I mean, come on.
what would Robin want? She'd
Yeah,
what would
she
Robin
would
want
want-
us to
yeah.
move on?
What
I
would
mean,
Robin
Huey's
do?
still a young man. You
Yeah,
know? I mean, God, he's got his whole life ahead
He's
of
got to
him.
go. He's got to continue, push forward.
Oh yeah,
It's not like he's pushing 70.
no.
Some weird numbers to roll.
But and also in 5, we got to talk about does anything else happen at the Belief Expo before we move on?
Oh yeah, Butcher is visibly frustrated at these people for their belief system.
Oh well, Butcher's pissed in this episode because in this episode he goes to
He went to the hospital, found out the babies weren't.
well
checked.
before he goes to his sister-in-law because remember his sister-in-law are
Oh,
getting a
yeah.
tombstone.
Yeah,
for
they
his, for
his wife.
after 8 years of not finding
Oh,
her because
that's
they're
right,
like they
yeah.
got to move on, and he is
He's pissed,
pissed about that. And this is probably Carl Urban's best acting in the series so far, is when when he's fucking really pissed off when they finds out. Because eventually he goes and he tears her tombstone out of the ground.
That was honestly kind of hard to watch. I was like, man,
That was tough, yeah. What a crazy, crazy guy.
because it was more for them to grieve, not for him, and he
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
took that away from them. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
And in this one, it seems like more and more as the series goes on that Homelander and the Butcher have more and more in common.
Yeah.
Like they're both fucking assholes and they're both willing to do anything to get what
By
they
any
want.
means necessary.
Oh yeah, and hurt
Except
anyone that they want.
Butcher's not living in this facade. Like he's just an asshole fully through.
yeah, but
always
Butcher also
showing it.
doesn't have superpowers, so
No,
who knows what kind of asshole he'd be if he had the same powers as fucking Homelander.
probably kill himself 'cause he doesn't like soups. Clearly, he's
He hates
pretty racist
soups.
towards soups,
Oh,
yeah.
he's
He's,
a hard racist for the soups. Yeah, unfortunately, he definitely doesn't like Starlight
No,
right off the bat.
Not a fan.
But of course, she is part of the group that he's trying to single them
Destroy.
to take. Yeah, so I can
Understandable.
imagine it's a tough gig. But yeah, and he ends up tearing the tombstone out. But again, that's hard on the family.
Yeah.
Too. The family's trying to move on. After 8 years, they finally get a tombstone, and then he tears it out of the goddamn ground. It's a tough hit to take.
Not an easy go.
But yeah, so we move on from there, and then we find out that Mother's Milk and Billy, they find out that from the information that Ezekiel gave them, all these babies that are getting Compound V, right? Their babies are getting pumped full of Compound V, and
yeah.
and,
No soups are born;
At the
they're
hospital.
created.
yeah, and Butcher and Mother's Milk go to the hospital, and they see all this, and babies are getting pumped full of it.
I mean, that baby already had laser eyes. I mean, that was crazy.
Is that in this episode? That they
Yeah, where they go
Yeah.
and see the babies.
And they
Yeah.
use the babies with the lasers?
With the lasers,
Oh, okay, we
yeah.
gotta talk about that then.
That was
Man,
a great
this is
scene.
a good episode then, yeah.
I thought he was gonna.
It was hilarious.
I thought he was gonna kill the baby. I was honestly,
So
I was
did
a little,
I.
I was a little
Did
bit
you?
worried.
Yeah.
Because he's like, "Oh, good lad, good lad."
Yeah,
But
I thought he was gonna laser everyone and just like fucking
Break its
snap.
neck.
yeah, I was like,
That would have been
How dark is this gonna be? But,
Well, he said if he ever came back, that and the baby was bad, he'd snuff him out. So
oh yeah, he's just gonna wait till it's a fair fight. I think he's gonna kill the shit out of that
yeah,
fucking baby.
He's got no issue.
Yeah, but he's not fighting babies. He's gotta draw the line somewhere.
somewhere.
I mean,
I'm glad
if
he
he-
has some sort of moral.
If he
ethic.
had to, I'm sure. I think he would. I mean,
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
he's a dark guy. But he does it, and they end up using, and it's hilarious the way they use the babies with just holding it like a gun. It's just very funny, but a very useful baby for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Danger to have that baby though, in that even around other babies, I think.
Well, I don't think all the babies have the same powers, so I'm
Why are those
surprised.
babies even in the fucking
Incubator thing?
in the regular hospital? They should be in their own goddamn private hospital. That baby could be lasering the whole goddamn
Yeah,
building.
no kidding. Yeah, they
Probably-
have those little
They're-
shields, but still, I mean, that's not always going
Because
to
they're
be
in
the
a public
trick.
hospital because they
Yeah.
just walked in. Yeah.
Probably just hiding it in plain sight, right?
Well, and I forgot also they're taking babies without the parents knowing. So while the babies are back without the parents, they're giving them compound B, then giving
Oh,
them
yeah.
back to the parents and letting them grow up with the
Yeah.
powers.
Because
And just
remember,
saying
it
that
was
they're
just-
rich.
yeah.
yeah.
I mean, if
They
my
were
parents,
chosen by God, you know. That's
my parents
want to
let
Yeah.
me get pumped full of compound V, I'm fine with that. You know,
Right.
Honestly, I know. I'm
I
volunteering.
I could use it right now.
I know.
Same, I'll take some.
Although it's probably like 90% of the time you get a shitty power.
Definitely.
Like it's probably rarely you will come out a Homelander. Most likely you're getting popped
Like an
claw.
extended tongue or something like that, where you have no use
or
for
real
it.
long
You
eyelashes
could
or
go and
something.
kiss or something. I don't know. Long time.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, or you become a priest. Apparently, I mean, like Ezekiel, the stretchiness
the
had to have
stretchiness,
got him
yeah,
in
I
there
don't know,
somehow. Well, I guess maybe because technically they think he's
no,
chosen.
remember? Because he did the whole...
He's stretching
he
in the
stretched
church.
the church.
I
Yeah.
don't know.
And that just
What it
proves that
was.
God is real.
It does.
His ability to stretch. But yeah, so they end up going to the hospital, finding the babies. Big fight breaks out. Cut to Frenchie is getting tracked down by Black Noir, which Black Noir, he might be the craziest. I'm not even sure if he has superpowers.
I don't think he's even
Is he-
talked.
Is he just like a
No, he hasn't talked at all.
Yeah,
Is
no.
he just like a Batman? He's just a guy in a suit because like, we don't know anything.
Yeah, he doesn't even
about
say a
him.
word. It's crazy.
No, I think
He's
he's
kinda
I think he's a
chill.
Deathstroke ripoff.
Yeah.
Because with the samurai swords and everything, and but
Or
yeah,
even
he
like
doesn't
Snake
talk.
Eyes from G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
I've said that before, but that's what it reminds
Obsessed
me
with
of.
that, yeah. But yeah, he's a badass though.
Yeah.
But he's not gonna like laser you. He's just gonna stab you to death. It's not a real fun power to even have. But yeah, he ends up fighting the female, and the
Yeah,
female.
but can't he see like at night or something like that?
That'd be a lame power. Night vision.
Yeah, night vision.
I mean, look at the alleys lit up anyways. So it didn't really
Yo,
help.
It's
flashlight.
kinda pointless. Yeah. Like who's there? He's like hiding behind the garbage can.
But he ends up jumping Frenchie and the female, and he ends up cutting down the fucking female. And I thought she was dead.
Yeah,
right?
so
I
did I.
assumed everyone thought because he damn near cuts her in half.
Lazarus.
It's a clean cut for sure. But he chops her down, and how do they get away? I can't remember how they end up.
Black Noir I think he's running after Frenchie, but Frenchie comes back to the female and
Yeah.
he's like mourning her, and then she like comes back to life. Like she heals real quick, comes back to life.
Yeah, because she came and saved him,
yeah,
and then Frenchie kind of ran, and then she got killed, and then Nora was gonna go look for him, but he came back.
Oh, and then
yeah, he's pulled a quick one on
so
Nowhere.
that's old Kansas City shuffle.
Yeah, exactly.
He just dipped around the block and doubled back.
Mhm.
Wow, Black Noir, some fucking superhero. You couldn't.
Come on,
Couldn't figure that one out. The oldest
trick in
yeah.
the book. Where your night vision didn't come and handle there. Yeah, okay, so I guess he does. And seemingly the female looks like she's about to die, but at the very end she ends up fucking Wolverine's it,
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
which is a nice superhero, nice power to have.
Hell yeah, it is.
So she'll end up living fucking forever, I'm guessing,
Mhm.
just like Wolverine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no way to really kill her. It looks like. But yeah, that's how the episode ends, right?
Yeah.
Is with and at some
Oh.
point Billy tries to tell Frenchie to leave the female.
Also, we gotta discuss Starlight's talk with Huey after her speech at the expo.
What do they talk about?
He was just telling her. We already went over that, huh? He was telling her about Robin.
Yeah, he ended up
yeah.
telling
Yeah,
her
yeah,
that
yeah,
he
we
ended up
got
admitting
that.
that Robin actually died, and they bond over that death.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
It's a good move. It's a good move. Bring
He's
up your
in.
ex-girlfriend's death.
He's in.
It's a power
It's a
move.
solid card to play.
It's a
I mean,
power move.
technically, it's a
You either got to you really got to dedicate if you're gonna pull
You
that
do,
one.
yeah.
You gotta-
She's gonna feel so bad. Maybe she'll sleep with him.
That's true. It's going to go one way
It's
or
a
the
wild
other.
play.
It's
It's
a
a wild play. It's a Hail Mary, but
And at this point, what have they?
might
They've
be
been
good.
on what 3 dates together?
I think
It's
maybe.
a little early.
Yeah, 2 or 3. Yeah.
to the bowling alley. 3 times?
Oh, the bowling alley. Yes. That's
Yeah,
right.
but still, it seems a little early for me, Huey. And right after Huey met her mom for the first time too.
Hey, his
That's,
mom's on board. It's fine.
Oh, the mom didn't like Huey.
Yeah.
She thought he was like
He
her
was kind of a
assistant or
tool.
something, didn't he? Yeah. But yeah, that's episode 5. That's good for the soul. It's heating up the hunt for the Compound V. We got some Compound V babies. Those
Found
things
that
are
out
awesome.
this episode. Yeah.
Let's call them V babies for now.
I like that V babies. But yeah.
Alrighty, well, that's the episode. You guys can find us on YouTube. Type in "Have You Seen It?" Have You Seen It podcast. You can find our podcast audio formats: SoundCloud, Google Play, Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes. Yeah, my name is Mason Knight. That's Devin Davis. Thanks for being on today, dude.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Cash Kraus, and until next time.
Adios.
See ya.